So here we are at the wonderful museum, and we've got Emard here, and he's one of the volunteers, and he's going to talk us through some of the Korg room and the Korg history.
Hi there, my name is Emard, and welcome to Korg Gallery. I'm taking you through the 60 years of Korg history, this Japanese electronic manufacturer of synthesizers and instruments. It started in Tokyo in Japan 60 years ago. There was this nightclub manager, and it was post-war, and live music was picking up. And there was, in one of his clubs, there was this accordion player, and who was accompanying himself with one drum machine, Wurlitzer Sideman. And we are lucky to have one of those ones round in the corner in that room. I'll show you later on.
Yeah, we've seen that. That's
amazing.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a big wooden box.
Yeah.
And the rotary system inside. And he wanted to improve that one, and he needed financial backing. So he approached the nightclub manager, and they got teamed up with each other, and they created this one, Donkamatics drum machine. And the funny name comes from the funny sound that it would make, donka, donka.
Yeah.
And obviously it's not a small, it's something big. Later on, they created smaller units called mini pops. There were different ones, and one particular one got really, really famous, Mini Pop 7, because it was used heavily by Jean-Michel, a French electronic music pioneer.
I've got one of those.
Yeah, in Oxygen album and Equinox album.
That's it, yeah.
And yeah, it was fantastic, and it's one of the early drum machines in any other brands, which is still today has got a very distinctive sound. Some of the sounds on this one is extremely difficult to replicate, and people are after those ones. And the secret behind Jean-Michel Jarre was he was pushing two of the presets at the same time in order to have that different time signature and stuff. So, another interesting fact is, at one of the times they had like 300 orders of one of these mini pops, and the company who was one of their clients, they became Yamaha as we know it.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
So later on, the third person and a very knowledgeable electronic engineer joined the team, and he wanted to improve the organ. At that time, the technology of transistor organ was around, and he wanted to change the timbre of the sound. So he created some sort of electronics in order to do that. So they created prototype 1, never got manufactured.
Right.
And later on they created this one, which was manufactured, and the name Korg actually came out. And as you notice here, the nightclub manager's name was Mr. Kato, and the accordion player's name was Osanai. So they took the first initial of K and O and combined it with the French word for organ, which was l'orgue. So they created this word Korg, and later on it became, as we write it, like K-O-R-G.
Yeah, because I think on my Mini Pop 7 it's got Kyo.
Yeah,
that was the name.
That's the main, actually, name, KO Electronic Laboratory Corporation.
Yeah.
And I think KO was the name of the nearby train station.
Oh, okay.
They borrowed the name from that one.
Oh, awesome.
Initially, yes.
Oh, fantastic.
So, and Mr. Fumio Mieda was the electronic engineer who joined the team later on.
Yeah.
And he created this one. It's one of the most successful synthesizers that Korg. It was manufactured widely.
Yeah.
And people like Kitaro had affinity for this one.
Right.
And as I showed you earlier on, it's very simple. There are some waveforms, triangle, square, sawtooth, and stuff. And we've got actually octave selector. And as you see, the terminology of the octave comes from church organs, pipe lengths.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we can actually do. And then we can choose the waveform. The triangle, just like similar to sine wave, has got less harmonics.
Very
Sine wave has got no harmonics at all, but triangle has got some harmonics, and it's very sine wave and triangle are very flute-like. So
It's like a soft sound, isn't it?
yeah, it's very flute-like. But a square is very like a clarinet, oboe type of thing. And then if you want to make something like strings or bass sound, you would use sawtooth.
Yeah.
It has got more harmonics
Yeah.
in it. And then if you see these two sliders, at that time the terminology was not coined as a standard. So these days we call them low pass, high pass filter. But at that time they came up with this name Traveler,
Yeah, yeah.
which was the original one on these two units as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So and this one has, there is a small nudge over here, and people would saw them off. And these days on the reissue, they supply two separate ones, which hasn't got that nudge, so that these two actually knobs can move freely.
Yeah, so working, which makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Can you play a little bit? Because you played a little bit earlier and it was awesome.
It was so. And there is a spring, physical spring inside. There's a very nice spring reverb. So this is the dry sound. This is with some spring reverb. So we can play something like this. And then
awesome. Fantastic.
And then I can actually talk more about this one, or we can actually move on as you prefer.
Yeah, let's go on to the next one. See, it looks like an MS-20. But
MS-20, yeah. No, everyone actually knows about it, the form factor of that one. And this is semi-modular.
Yeah.
So it's when we say semi-modular, we mean it's normal from the back. So when you turn the machine on, you can make a sound, but you can change the behavior of the sound, and you can change some of the functionality and introduce more functionality via these patch points, via cables. And 40 years on, it's still popular, it's still going, because it has got a very distinctive sound. It's very, I mean, some people actually call it buzzy. It's
because of the two filters. You can have a high pass
yes,
and low
yes,
pass
it's slightly
filter.
harsh on the harsh side. That's why it has got a very distinctive character. So you don't have to be a synth player in order to use it. Some people put their guitar or bass or another small drum machine or something into that one and control the sound via these filters. It's very, very distinctive sound. And these two are the reissue ones. This is the small version.
Is that the mini one, is it?
Yes, 86%.
I have got one of those.
Yes.
It's an awesome piece of kit.
Yes. And because they are analog instruments, every single one of them are slightly different.
Oh, they sound
Yes,
awesome.
they sound slightly different. Even the same actually year products, when you actually compare them together, they are slightly different. That's why some people don't want to actually get rid of the ones that they like the most.
Yeah, if you got the old components and it's still working.
Exactly. And we are lucky to have the educational version, which is MS-20 Blackboard.
Oh, right, I've never seen one of these.
I think there were around something like less than 50 of them were made. It was used in Korg's main headquarters to teach subtractive synthesis.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's still working.
Oh, wow, let's have a listen.
Yeah, so you can actually have the first oscillator. Yeah, you can introduce the second oscillator. And we can tune them. Yeah, we can introduce the vibrato.
fantastic, that is.
Yeah. And obviously, all of these ones has got noise as well. So formerly it was used in sound effects. You can create the sound of the ocean or wind or something. Something like that. And obviously with short decay, you can actually create the percussive sound as well, like a snare or hi-hat, something like that.
Yeah, no, that's one of my favourite things to do.
Yes. This one was their take on a vocoder.
And that's
So-
probably, was this the one probably used by the Electric Light Orchestra? Mr.
Yeah.
Blue Sky, did they use one of these? Or I might have got that wrong.
I think so. And you know, it's not the clearest sound that you can actually compare to today's technology.
Yeah.
It's very robotic and unintelligible in a sense, but it has got a very good and distinctive character. And obviously, in terms of creativity, the sky is the limit.
Yeah,
You can actually use any sort of sound and come up with an original track, original music.
Yeah,
With this
definitely.
one, yes.